How much time? 30? 30 seconds? I'm on right now. I don't believe you.
Run.
What?
A-R-A-I-D, A-R-A-I-D, on every health machine.
I'm jacked.
I'm jacked to the tits!
Oi, mate, haven't you heard? This Thursday here in Gorton and Denton is on an absolute knife edge between Greens and Reform, and it's your vote that is going to decide what happens.
This Thursday? Bloody hell, I better get a move on.
Good evening, people. Welcome to the Brews at 10 on my left eye. I'm your humble host, Lefty. Thank you for joining us this evening, this Thursday by-election special for Gorton and Denton. Thanks for joining me tonight. Let's brew this thing. Fortunately, chat seems to be working today, so the live stream doesn't have to be conducted in French. However, bienvenue, mes amis. That's good though, that's one glitch that seems to have righted itself. However, another seems to remain. Divinia, thanks for the attempts at sending 10 gifted memberships, however. Still that glitch there. Please don't let that put you off trying, people. I mean, we'll only know if it's working if somebody tries. And it was only temporary last year. So we have the shouty bloke as well in the chat. 786, a very good evening to you. Aaron Gray is going to catch up tomorrow, so hello from the past. Hopefully, as you're watching this, you're rejoicing in celebration of Green victory in Gorton and Denton. Fingers crossed, people. It's still going to be close. Guitar Guy's with us as well. Emma Richardson as well. Looks like you're all getting prepared. Well, yeah, speaking of Solidari-Tea, I'm actually on Solidari-Coffee this evening. Could be a late one. Hopefully we'll have some positive news by the end of the stream. And it's been a long day. I'll tell you, first of all, I went straight from work to Gorton and Denton and met with Zach Polanski and Hannah Spencer. Oh yes. Direct, because I'm still kicking myself for not being able to make it out there on Saturday or Sunday. And boom, we have another attempt. 786, thank you very much for the attempt at the gifted memberships. Whoever's still not successful, you will be reimbursed, by the way, anybody who attempts unsuccessfully. Let's please give a shout out to 786 and Davinia for the attempts though, please, people. Big up in the chat. I can also see watermelons and Palestine flags. Thank you very much for those. Andy Carter, Hype Them, Floor Snake, all with us this evening. Michael as well, nice to see you. MIDI Doctors also. And just Hannah. Very good evening. Yes, so very tight schedule today. Finished work later than expected. Took me a while to get over to Gorton and Denton, but managed to spend about half an hour there talking with campaigners. Met Zach and Hannah. There are already a few people there who I knew. There's some cross-pollination between JSO and other things going on, as tends to happen in environmental circles anyway. But I have to tell you, what an incredible campaign, because there were thousands, yes, thousands of people out on the streets of Gorton and Denton today. I have it on good authority. Managed to make a few snippets of video as well. We'll take a look at those. I can't show you pictures of myself with Zach and Hannah, unfortunately. This is a faceless channel. Any of you who I met or know before starting the channel, next time I bump into you, I'll show you. Noah's great, and it was in a chippy. We met in a chippy. Great start to the stream. We've already got 50 on. Nice and busy. Great to see everybody. One of Flawcus is with us. I'll try and keep the shout outs coming as people arrive. Please hit thumbs up as you do so, people. Oh, yes, so then had to rush back and just quickly get things ready for the stream as well. Got some other polls and stuff to look at, some other media. Labour have been caught out using some underhanded tactics again. I'll just let you all go and get your smelling salts whilst you almost faint at that breaking news. Not the one we spoke about yesterday, a new fresh one. Cautiously optimistic, I think that's a good way of putting it. Hype them. Definitely. As mentioned in the opening scroll there, I'm jacked to the tits. Slightly sombre news and mood as well. As pointed out in chat, we just learned before we came on chat that one of the creators of Red Dwarf has sadly passed away at the age of 70. Hence the little Red Dwarf clip that we've used before. I should have queued up more of them. What was it? It was the Shambles one from the Wax Droids episode. Really funny episode of that. So yeah, that's a bit of sad news. What a great series as well. Michael, turn left, have another scoop, have they? Sorry, I've not been able to catch up with any other channels since I got back. I was straight on to editing and rendering of footage and polls and whatnot. Like a demon. So yeah. That's how we get things done on this channel. Just finish work, just go out and find Zach and Hannah straight away. Didn't have time to grab a chippy myself. In fact, I've not even had my tea. That is the meal, not the drink. But I might be snacking and or having a bit of a meal break at some point in this stream. You can see the packet of biscuits on the desk, trying to tempt me in as we speak. In fact, oh no, I think we're having some sort of technical difficult. How do you get it to break again? Or just do anything, don't I? Let's try and open a clip. No, I'm not going to be munching biscuits while I'm on the mic. Dylan Meyer with your homemade chips this evening. Hope you enjoy. I didn't think chips would be coming up so early into the live stream. Yes, there were also the Your Party C.E.C. election results. This evening we'll have a bit of a look at that. Your Party not standing in Gorton and Denton tonight, of course, officially endorsed by the party and Jeremy Corbyn, personally, who looks almost set to become the parliamentary leader of the party. So yes, the previous fear that via the methods they'd voted on to select the leaders, that they might run the risk of neither Sultana or Corbyn becoming leader. Alas, they garnered a good chunk of the votes. I think it was it 16-7, with the independents getting a couple. We'll go into that later in the stream as we hit thumbs up. First of all, let's give a shout out to all the members. Moi je suis en toast, bonsoir. Non, c'est bon. Nous parlons en anglais ce soir. Parce que le merde YouTube, c'est non cassé en plus. En maintenant, excusez-moi. I don't really speak any French, mate. Well, I was just speaking about your party there as you joined us, Moisha. Let's get everybody's 2 cents when we get to that. Finally, they've decided, so hopefully they can start to make an impact along with the Greens electorally. At the moment, the way I'm sort of foreseeing it, just on current standing that is, of course, I do expect your party to grow and garner more of the voting pie. But let's say the Greens are at the moment the challengers to reform, but say your party could be the challengers to restore. If you see where I'm coming from, don't know how you feel about that sort of analysis. Thank you very much to all the members. Just a few more bits of self-promotion to get through. Please do check out some recent content on the channel and hype some of our videos as well, if you hit the thumbs up button on your mobile devices or tablets. If you're with me now, watching live, super chats are open as well as super stickers. But if you're watching back later on, then super thanks are also available. And there's a buy me a coffee page in the description of any content on the channel if you are unable to support via YouTube. And that's just about everything, except to also politely ask that you give us a share and a follow on social media. At MyLeftIUK is the handle you're looking for, on Blue Sky preferably. Still going on Twitter and Mastodon for now. I've not looked into Upscroll, to be honest. I keep meaning to have a look at Upscrolled, because that's grown as well, hasn't it, recently? We'll see. But it is very great to see everybody join us on stream. On the Sofa UK, yeah, I think the next general election is going to be wild if it's anything like what this by-election campaign's been like. We'll get cracking in a moment. I do have an opening comedy clip to do. In fact, just 1 second, people. I might need to make 1 or 2 slight adjustments as we go. Just, like I said, darted straight over from Gorton and Denton, only arrived about 20 minutes before we going live, so just going to see a few weird things for a moment. There you go. And then you'll see that again. Just have to straighten up the chat in all of the different scenes and bits. And I didn't switch the members video off at the end, but that was a deliberate mistake. Okay, yeah, so what's everybody... I saw in the chat... popcorn and weed, apparently. Most of you are on, that's... guess that's fine by us. It's going to be tense. I can't remember the last time we had a live stream so tense. Probably the most significant by-election since Rochdale. Does in fact eclipse that, come on. We could be talking about a new political dawn here. If Touchwood Hannah Spencer's successful. Labour will have no argument that they are the party to challenge reform. It will just be gone. It will evaporate, dissolve into the ether. Or into the vastness of space and the cosmos. But however you want to analyse it, it will be gone. And good effing riddance as well. Michael, was there a lot of AS stuff, like legitimate AS stuff, not just criticism of Israel? Oh, that's a shame. Well, we do have Blue Sky. We're very happy with Blue Sky. Don't see any reason. We'll just give, you know, more inboxes to check. That's something we could do without on the desk, to be honest. Including non-channel stuff, WhatsApp groups and Signal stuff and all sorts of things going on. Let's do this comedy clip first. It's just a short one. I saw this earlier. Have to admit, don't personally get the reference, but just the way it is played out is funny. Apparently it's a parody of an advert from the 1980s for Lamb or something like that. But it's political, don't worry. It's not like a pro-carnivorous sort of... but it's a voice artist and actor called Joe Gooch, who I've not sure I've come across before, to be honest. I thought that was worth a quick plug. Check this out. Like I said, I don't get the context before my time. But if you're familiar with this apparently former famous advert from, I think it said it was 1985, 84. Well, it's definitely 1984 when you look outside, isn't it, mate? You know what I mean? No, you know.
Which one of your sugar daddies paid for your house in Clacton that you never go to? Not got what it takes, Reform UK. Nigel Farage is taking any old Tory arseholes, giblets and offal, reforming them into rancid sausages and selling them to the public as fresh prime British pork. Plenty of grifting from Nigel Farage, really after your money. Farage kisses Trump's arse plenty, kisses Putin's arse plenty. Farage kisses any billionaire's arse plenty. Just so long as they keep sticking £50 notes down his G-string, he'll keep dancing for them, no matter what the tune. Reform UK's not got what it takes. Reform UK. What's it got? Lots of Tories, that's what. Vote Reform. Get a mouthful of Tory butchers, bin juice maggots.
The faces are very good.
Don't vote Reform. They're awful.
Awesome. Joe Gooch there. Check him out. Stick a link in the description after the stream. Whatever time that might be. Are you digging that? Are you digging that one, people?
Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
Oh, we've got a Restore fan in the chat. How nice! Thanks for supporting this socialist stream with your presence. Welcome to Fascism Watch as well, Ogum the Bold. Great to see you. Already getting to be a fairly busy stream. Please hit thumbs up as you join us. Bye-bye Starmer. Yeah, let's hope. Tim Wilson Davies. Very good evening.
Socialists. Oh my God.
Need to reset the background music. Went a bit quiet there, didn't it? Oh, it's all been a rush this eve. But I love it. It's been politics nerd heaven this evening. Hannah will restore Gorton and Denton. Yes, guitar guy. See what you did there? Like it. Where to go first? I didn't manage to grab any Vox Pops, but I did make a few short clips, and you're going to see Zach and Hannah. I'm not in the footage, did take some other videos with me in, but yeah, this is a faceless channel. Whatever happens, though, it's not going to be a good night for Starmer. We can, yeah. We're pretty much guaranteed that.
Oh God.
Just one moment. This might come as an entire surprise to you viewers, but YouTube Studios being a bit of a wanker again. Apologies, don't want to slag off, you know, the platform. We have had problems. They're out of our hands. I'm just going to do a very quick refresh. It will be literal seconds. Talk amongst yourselves for a few seconds. You might experience some buffering, don't worry. Everything's under control. Right, Phil, get the fire extinguisher. Get the fire extinguisher. Of course, in saying literal seconds, that can... any amount of time that isn't less than a second. That could be about. Sorry if you had that for a few moments there. It's just a notice. Pardon me. Certain things happening. And then that's an indicator that it's not going to play any clips. And YouTube is still bouncing back our gifted memberships as well. What do you think, Rick? It's not very good, is it?
Pathetic!
We'd probably be past the 250 mark by now. We were way over the 200 mark before this started to happen as well. Well, let's see some footage and things now, people. So now we're going to go over to our roving reporter, which would be me from just a short while ago. It's dark footage, by the way. Obviously, it's night. I didn't, went straight from work. Didn't have mobile lighting and a full outside broadcast crew. Just hope you'll understand the circumstances under filming as well. That's not the film! Arse. Yes, that one. Oh, actually, it was that one. Because I've not done the intro music yet.
People, here we are. Not long to go.
Hold it, hold it, hold it. Lefty from the past. Of course, we got to do the intro. So it was. Sorry, I apologise. Phil, the mute producer, who definitely exists. Sing along. It's the last day of the hot seat. You might as well make the most of it. Hot seats. Hot seats. Okay. Let's see what's happening. Sorry to let you down with the lack of floodlights. And yes, Davinia, we got this shit together. Don't you worry. We're all over this. You get a shoe reveal at the start as well, by the way.
Right, people, here we are.
You've seen a hand and a shoe previously.
Not long to go. Still fighting for every vote until the last minute. We're at Green Party HQ here in Gorton and Denton. We'll see if we can have a chat with a few people, pick up some vibes, see how everybody's feeling.
Obviously, I didn't want to interrupt anybody when they're campaigning. They're there at the HQ, and every last vote matters, so I'm not stopping people from going and knocking on the doors. Did ask if the official spokes were free when I got there, but they weren't, unfortunately, and other people couldn't appear on camera for various reasons, legal and otherwise. Oh, you're that my left eye? No, you can fuck off. No, seriously, it was there were legit reasons.
Hoping for a good result for Hannah Spencer today. You can see a lot of people beeping the horns in show support as they go past. That's good. Right, let's see what's happening. We've got Hannah and Zach here in the chippy, just having a bit of tea. That's dinner or supper if you're watching down south, but that's about just stay there, hanging out in the local chippy. Awesome stuff. Right, let's see if I can get a shot.
Yeah, there were a lot of people in there, and they were having the, what was it, chips and peas or whatever they were on. So yeah, I couldn't give an interview while they were eating, and then they were straight back out campaigning again and door knocking. But we, had a bit of a chat, and I took some pictures of them with other people, and I got in some pictures and stuff. That was cool.
There are tons of people here. Just had a chat with a few people. Some of them couldn't appear on camera for certain reasons. But apparently there were thousands out today.
Dude.
I don't know if it's very dark, obviously it's very late. Zach is there just doing some interviews and having a chat with companies.
There you go. No, it wasn't a very good shot from through the window before, but yeah, there's Zach. Hannah was still inside talking to a few people, but yeah, obviously a lot of people wanted to talk to him as well. We've got James Holmes celebrating 13 months of membership in the chat, and Idiosyncrasy 14 months. Wow, thank you very much for staying with the channel for so long. Excellent stuff. Could we please big up James and Idiosyncrasy in the chat? Solidari-Tea. Oh, I'm on the Solidari coffee this evening. And Graham Turner and Nina Sadie, lots of milestone celebrations this evening. Fantastic.
Zach is there just doing some interviews and having a chat with campaigners. So they certainly have the numbers today. That's thousands of people, which is a really good sign. Speaking of good signs, lots of the...
Yeah, had a good chat with a few people. Thousands of people. It's still really binary. They confirmed that geographical poll that we saw, because pretty much most of Gorton, it looks at the moment, is pro-green, but large areas of Denton, unfortunately, are pro-reform. We'll take a look at some polls and voting movements and patterns as well, after we just have a look at the rest of... I mean, this is... God, I'll see you at the BAFTAs, people. This is incredible footage here. Thanks for attempting to send 10 gifted memberships as well, James. It's kind of like a game at the moment now. Who's going to win the honour of having their gifted memberships go through? But unfortunately, not this time. That would be at least 20 that we would have had on stream thus far. Unbelievable. Come on, YT. Sort it out. FFS. Trying to promote my channel here. Goodness me. I'll have to send an email after this.
Houses up and down the road here with vote green signs in the window as well. And again, more cars beeping. A lot of support. They have got a lot of support here. It's not over till it's over. Let's not count our chickens. Fingers crossed on the result tonight.
Let's hope so. Yeah, sorry I couldn't get you any... it won't be the first time. Bump into Zach or Hannah.
Just had a chat with a few people.
Almost certain of that. No, but it was good to get down there, and that HQ was absolutely rammed. Cars going round as well with the, speakers on the top and everything. Full on election mode. Yeah, but the voting ended about, 34 minutes ago, to be precise. We'll dip into the live news feed in just a moment. In fact, I probably should have got that up on my other screen for monitoring purposes. There won't have been too many developments at the moment. Yeah, and we're unlikely to see... you never know when independent exit pollers might go there, but then again, you can't really... you'd have to take their projection with a massive poll of salt. Because I'm not expecting a quick count, you see. I would, stand by the earlier prediction of at least one recount, I think. There could just be hundreds of votes in it. John Hughes, thanks for joining us on chats. Glad to see you enjoying the content. Thanks for letting us know in chat, Solidari-Tea. Labour coming third would be akin to winning England winning the World Cup for you, anonymous user. User-numbers letters code. Yeah, same. God, could you imagine if they finished fourth below Lib Dem, who didn't stand aside, let's remember. Let's remind ourselves. They were polling at about 6-7%. Some other polls, I think, had them nearer 10. But I would think that the winning margin would be within 6 or 7%, yeah. Well, let's take a look now. This is the latest. Well, it's the final poll, I guess. You're not going to see any tomorrow. But it's good news. Greens still with a gain from Labour, 31%. To Reform's 28%, and there you go. Celebrate the joy of the political World Cup success. Labour in third. So on this poll, Lib Dem with just 3%. So you see what I'm getting at. If they stood down and officially endorsed the Greens, same as your party have done, not under the same circumstances, but for the same reasons, to keep Reform out, because they know that they don't have a fighting chance. Even the other independents and so on and so forth, according to this one, are going to do better than they are. No. Gorton and Denton isn't your typical liberal area. That's liberal in the British sense, not the American sense. Slight difference there. Liberals in the UK are right-leaning. Kind of weird. What do you make of this poll? I'd take that, of course. But how accurate are we thinking that is? This isn't from a single pollster as well. Stats for Lefties, who are definitely worth subscribing to on social media, have put this together. So it's a compilation poll. It's a weighed average, it says, of local polls and national trends. But look at that gain. 17.8%. Even doing better than Reform, who have had the highest gains so far this year in national polling, let's be honest, as well as towards the end of last year. Labour dropping 23.8 percentage points. And those stats mean disaster. It's a disaster for Starmer. They had a 13,000 majority in this seat, let's remind ourselves. That was won just 18 months ago by Andrew Gwynn, who's had to step down for health reasons. That's what he said. Although his popularity certainly tanked soon after the election anyway. That's why we've got this by-election. Whatever happens, it will be a new representative. Angelica Stodgia is the new Labour candidate. And she's not Andy Burnham. That's something else, actually, people. Speaking to the canvassers today, they've heard... everybody I've spoke to said they've heard that so many times on the doorstep that a lot of them decided to vote for the Greens because Labour didn't let Burnham stand. Just as we suspected. Even though Andy Burnham is out campaigning for Labour as we speak. Well, he will have finished by now, but he was today and has been. Personally, I think that's maybe just to try and make it look as though he didn't do it as a career move, as a stepping stone or a rung on the ladder towards a leadership challenge. For political optics, because if he'd been refused and then never shown his face in Gorton and Denton, people would have said, well, yeah, they lost and you never did anything about it, you know. Or they would have said that that would have been in Labour's Starmer camp, of course. So despite him campaigning himself, they still feel as though they didn't get the candidate that they want. Just as we thought. But let's see how people have changed the votes or stayed put. But obviously, based on that poll that we just saw there, a lot of changes from the 24 election at the moment. Look at that, Labour down from 51% to 28%, level on the Greens, level with the Greens, who have more than doubled their vote share. Reform gaining about 50%. Workers' Party of Britain also contributing towards the Green vote, you can see there. Hope it makes sense. A lot of the colours are similar. There are unfortunately so many shades of blue now. Someone in the chat earlier said there should be a brown party. I have to agree with that, just for a bit of variation on the charts and polls. Because of course Restore now using a dark shade of blue. But you can make out Tory vote there, obviously going towards Reform. But they've not really changed from 8% to 6% at the moment. That's more or less treading water. They've leaked the biggest. According to this, transition has come from Labour voters towards Reform. Lib Dem almost exactly even, except you can see one strand there showing some of those coming from Labour, but they lost some to Reform as well, probably an equal amount. Not as many went to the Greens, which is slightly surprising. You can see one, I don't know if you can make that out, people, a very thin strand leading from Lib Dem up to the Greens, but not nearly as thick a strand as to Reform. But it just goes to show exactly Liberal Democrats. Yeah, when it comes to the crunch, they'll always side with the right, as will any other moderates or centrists, air quotes. There's no such thing. It's left and right. You're either a socialist or a capitalist. The proletariat and the bourgeoisie, however you want to put it. Left and right, of course, coming from French Parliament. Pre-revolution. That's another topic for another stream. Just bring the music back. Got some other things to go through in a moment. Let's have a quick look at the latest live feed, or we will in just a moment, people. I need a quick break here in studio. Be right back.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
Appreciate the patience there. Just from the bead for now. Keep an eye on a couple of other places. But they tend to have the most reporters on the ground. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I would have stayed around for the counts, but had to be back for the live stream, of course. I could have gotten 20 interviews, but nobody would have seen them. Until after the fact. According to Chris Mason... oh, that's not the live feed, it's a separate article. He thinks it's a three-way tussle. Of course, if Labour finish third, it won't be, you know, a country mile behind. But third place from a 13,000 majority. That's piss poor. Just going to the main feed. There we go. Yeah. A lot in the news today about the Clintons as well. I see. Oh, and they're doing the usual. Oh, this. Who? We didn't know this guy. Well, I can't recall. I cannot recall. When you hear "can't recall," it means definitely happened. That is when a US politician says it. That's for sure. I guess even a British one. I cannot recall. You fucking recall. You know you recall. Anyway, it's not about the Clintons. It's about the Spencer and the Polanski. There he is. We're now hearing from party representatives on Zach Polanski. I met this amazing guy in the chip shop earlier. He was so inspirational. He changed my life. He says he was there on behalf of a small YouTube... No, I'm joking. That is not a direct quote. I'm playing. He said, I'd like to call that I'm feeling incredibly proud of Hannah Spencer and the Green Party. That's for sure. Whatever happens, it's been a great campaign. And it does show that they are serious players. Now, serious political players. Starmer's very likely to lose out. He probably would prefer Reform to win as well, which is just completely sick. But Zach also added that if someone had told him 6 months ago when he became leader that the Greens would stand a chance of challenging this seat, he would have said it's pretty remarkable. Yeah, which is true. And he was saying that earlier. There's the ballot boxes with the numbered tags. No dodgy shit. I saw a very funny post earlier on Blue Sky, I think it was, and someone asked if Laura Kussenberg has seen the postal votes yet, and that was at what? I think it was put up about 5 PM. That's the 2024 result. You can see there approximately 13,000, like I just said. I beat the BBC to it. 13,000 majority. So Amanda Gardner was the candidate for the Greens. Is this? No, this isn't Mason. This is Joshua Nevitt. Party spin underlies unpredictability of this race. It says. There is apparently oh, Nigel Farage entered the Spotted Twat competition. The local Spotted Twat competition appears to have won it. Very successful. Just a few shots there. Plenty think this by-election could be a tight 3. It says, oh fuck, no, just sick of whatever. And I said Chris, no, it is Chris Mason, Paul Mason. I nearly said Paul Mason. Are they related? I've never thought of that. A genuine question as well. I don't actually know. I've never. Nah, it is a common surname around our way, but it's fucking so off target all the time. His basic job is to regurgitate just what's been said to him. Oh, this like the analysis and the actual reporting of facts, the actual journalism, you know, is just absent. He's just when he does, he is talking about arbitrary shit that doesn't matter. Because he thinks he's on the cusp of every political moment. Same as Kussenberg, I guess. I mean, look at that, he's typed fucking... I know he's a reporter, you're supposed to type information, but... I'm just skim reading it. It's off base, it's just detached from reality. Look at this question. Why is there a by-election in Gorton and Denton? You know, I've said before how the BBC can sometimes be condescending with graphics when it comes to political stuff. Or economics, you know. But like a typical one is like a piggy... fucking hell. Sorry. Frog in the throats. But the piggy bank with the coins flying into it, graphics of the, you know, people don't know what money is because you're fucking 6 years old. Oh, is that? Oh, right, is that what money is? We needed a graphic of piggy bank just to understand that. Are we going to scroll down and it's got, what is a by-election? What is a Denton? How is a Gorton? And other silly questions, just for anyone who's not familiar with the local area. That's Gorton on the left, Denton on the right. Close to Longsight and the Etihad Stadium, which you might pass as on your way there. Sir Onkelot is the candidate for the Monster Raving Loony Pack. There are still 11 candidates, yeah, by the way. Sir Onkelot, official Monster Raving Loop. Why didn't he stand down? It doesn't make any... yeah, of course. Of course it's crazy. But Advance, UK, Tory still standing for some reason. Maybe she's not getting along with whoever she cohabits with and needs some excuses to get out of the house. Oh, I'm going to be back late tonight, sorry. It's the counts. It's like, yeah, but you're polling 5th with a single-digit percentile, or whatever it was. Well, I'll still go anyway. But Jackie Piercy, why didn't you stand down? The Lib Dem one. Never mind, rejoin EU we got on the SDP. Yeah. Communist League as well. Apparently, and it's really weird. I found this out watching No Justice's stream the other day, actually. Was it the one that we raided into? I'm not sure. I don't recall. No, I genuinely don't recall whether it was on a raid or not. But she brought up the fact that he is apparently... and get this, I couldn't fucking fathom it at the time. As well as being a communist, is also apparently a Zionist. I believe. That's what was reported. believe that that's the same guy. So apologies, Hugo, if you're not, or if I'm misremembering. Well, that's it. There's only one page at the moment. Okay, so back to the top. We'll see if the typing updates 3 lines exciting thing is about. We're not going to just sit and stare at that though. Let's go on to a couple of other bits and pieces. Did just about have time to prepare a couple of other things in case we were waiting. Let's have a look at this latest example of underhanded chicanery. Tisk tisk. Again, from Labour. You know, we come to expect this from Reform now, as we did with the Tories in the past. I know it was a very long time ago, but do you remember in the 2019 election, the Tories apparently created a live verifying page for the live TV debates, pretending to be independent, but it was actually the Tory party. And of course they said that the Tories did the best in the debate. It's the same thing now. Look at this shit. Tactical voting have been brought into this. The name pretty much speaks for itself if you're not familiar with them already. They suggest which party to vote for if you want to keep the right wing out in general and local and by-elections. And they caught out Labour, who have directly used their logo, the insignia of tactical choice in this material, saying that they told people to vote for Labour in the seats, but no, they told them to vote for the Greens. And it's my understanding that they're actually going to be taking legal action now against the Labour Party. I hope you can sue them to high heaven, if anyone from Tactical Choice is watching. But that's also illegal, as they point out in this tweet, which says Labour have illegally falsified our copyrighted logo and brand to send entirely fake leaflets purporting to be from Tactical Choice in Gorton and Denton. We'll be taking legal action. Do not vote Labour. Vote Green. Disgraceful. Disgraceful. I mean, have you ever seen anything like it from Labour? Definitely not in my lifetime. Not until Keir Starmer took over. That's on top of the graphic, which cut out the Greens, of course, who were on level percentage with Labour in that poll. Lies in the video about the criminalisation and reclassification of drugs as well. Another poll, which wasn't an actual survey, wasn't an actual poll. It was a twisted and warped version of a different projection, I believe, of, what was it, voting trends since the last general election or something like that. But it was full of crap, basically. That's all you need to know about it. So right to the end, this was posted today, discovered today. Just absolutely rotten. I'm not sure how long we'll be on for this evening. We'll see how the news flows in. But it could be an extended count. Do stick around for as long as you can, people. Do appreciate you being here with us this evening. What else can you say? What else can you say? Caught in the act. How did they think that they were going to get away with something like that? It's beyond comprehension. What else got here? I do have a clip in a moment. Just wanted to point out another particular disappointment. Rebecca Long Bailey there on the left. MP for Swinton and Walkden. And Worsley, sorry. But still sticking with the Labour Party. Now, I actually decided I didn't want to be a Labour Party member anymore when Rebecca Long Bailey was suspended for sharing a Guardian article written by Maxine Peake, a local actress here in Manchester, back in the very, very, very early days of Keir Starmer's leadership. And I thought, well, if this is what's to come, then I want out as soon as humanly possible. So she had the whip removed. The article was critical of Israel's actions in Palestine, of course. But no, she still apparently wants to stick with Labour. But get with the programme now, I think. Labour are dead. You know, other parties are going to be the future in the 21st century, as well as the fact that she's one of Starmer's early victims as well of the, you know, he voted against you, and so petty, just so petty. And it was a painful thing to have to do, you know, cutting up the card and cancelling the direct debits and knowing that you're not going to go out and campaign, because I did meet some nice people, but quite disappointed. I know that Rebecca's actually a pretty morally sound person, so hoping that she makes that decision, the right decision, to defect. Speaking of defections, though, that's the topic of this clip coming up. It's not our footage, the one I shot earlier, I should say. It's from the Canary, speaking to some former Labour councillors who've now defected. They've made the right choice, campaigning for the Greens. Let's see what's happening.
Both councillors around the Wembley area, Wembley Park, Gold Sharp. We were Labour councillors up until 3 months ago, 4 months ago. Yeah, and we joined in
Wembley.
December, and yeah, we're pretty excited.
Wembley Park, so they've travelled quite a long way to campaign. Wembley Park down in that there, London.
Yeah, in London Borough of Brent.
Yeah, we were both elected in Wembley-ish area. We're standing in the local area again, both of us.
As Green candidates.
Yeah.
But we came over here to support the Green.
We switched from Labour to Green.
Because Labour has changed.
Yeah.
We haven't changed our values.
By the time we switched, although we'd started the conversation a lot earlier, by the time we switched, sort of Labour to Green switch had become quite...
I think this has been sped up so it'd fit into a short or something like that, by the way, if you're wondering why they're so hyper and talking rapidly. Just to point that out.
Cliche and derivative. We didn't get as much national coverage.
Or it might be the coffee. It might be the coffee, but I just noticed that. Pretty good eye for stuff that's been altered or doctored.
I think we were actually the largest switch. We came 5 councillors across together. I think that might be the largest sort of cohort in one go ever for the Green Party.
Yeah. to make history in Brand,
First
to
elected
be
Greens,
the first elected Green councillors.
yeah. We haven't done any door knocking yet.
Yeah.
So
Vibes we're getting from
it's not just a smattering of, it's swathes of people. Yeah. A veritable wave moving over from Labour to the Greens. It's happening. It's happening. You know. This big political shift. And we could see another massive move this evening. Let's sort of, God. I'm jacked. I'm jacked to the tits.
like all the activists.
Yeah, the atmosphere.
The posters. It's unprecedented.
Coffee.
It's unprecedented.
You know, we've done by-election. You know, we're long sort of. We've been in the Labour Party for so long. We've done loads of by-election campaigns. We were ferried up to Ruislip and Peterborough.
Yeah.
This is something like we've never seen before.
You can see how many volunteers, and some out there you cannot see.
We're looking at you.
Yeah, even by the time I got down there, obviously those people were out knocking on doors. At this point, it was dark and even colder than it was during the day today, which just goes to show the dedication and enthusiasm of all these campaigners, some of whom I know personally as well, of course. Not the greatest weather conditions to do it. Red F, how the Red F are you this evening? Solidari-Tea, thanks for joining us. Pseudonymous as well. Plenty of new people join us on stream. Jack Ash. Let's go. Let's rock. Yeah, let's do this.
I can see 3 posters behind you. That's
Yes.
like unprecedented, you know. And we're looking forward to seeing this sort of campaign machine be extended across the country. You know, it sort of shows the Green Party is not just landed, but it's like developing to a stage that basically means it can use up all the energy and the enthusiasm it's in the party already in a constructive way, winning elections,
Yes.
you know, and representing people and actually standing up for their values rather than running back into their little careerist cocoons like the Labour Party.
That's true. That's true. And reform, of course, where careerism is concerned. We were saying earlier that you wouldn't see Matt Goodwin sitting in a chippy, although they did do a photo op in a chippy. That is he and Farage. You know, with the flat caps on, because just pulling out all of the caricature shit. They probably had whippets and things. Not, I'm only joking, but you wouldn't see him doing that. You certainly wouldn't see him doing that. And as they left, Hannah actually thanked the owners of the chippy, because apparently she's been having a few chippies there during the campaign as well, and they've been lovely. So apart from photo ops, definitely not. Definitely not.
Expecting Green
Probably same for Labour as well, of course.
win on Friday morning.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping.
It's looking like you're certainly not alone in the country to be turning away from Labour.
Absolutely.
Millions of people.
Yeah.
Millions of people have turned away from Labour. You saw that-
Millions of voters,
Yeah.
millions of councillors.
And,
Yes.
and we hope millions of new voters as well. What we've seen on our own doorsteps is people who were previously disenfranchised, who are now sort of coming out to vote for Green Party because of Zach, because of Mothin, because of Hannah, because of Rachel. So many other figures who've sort of seen the Green Party standing up for them. And we're really looking forward to seeing that sort of translate. Hopefully here tomorrow, and then later in May as well.
I think Green is upwards, Labour is downwards.
Yeah, we're on the up. That's very clear. We're on the up. We're both Muslims. It's a
Diverse.
cohort that's sort of been targeted by the Green Party mainly because they are some of the most disenfranchised voters, and we think it's actually the duty of a political party like the Greens, as any sort of political activist, to try and engage them, and that's something that's been missing. So good on them for trying. Good on them for really targeting them and actually getting the messaging right. You know, they're not single issue voters. Muslims aren't single issue voters. They really care about the injustices
There's only party on the left.
well, and also the Green Party is the only left-wing party in the country. So it's not just Muslims, it's so many millions of people who've seen the injustices, who are switching or joining. And it's so heartening, you know. And if it's not tomorrow, then it's, 2 weeks from now, 2 months from now, 3 years from now, the Green Party is on the rise.
Yeah. Like we said earlier, it's going to be an absolute hot plate, the next general election. Almost can't wait. I'm not wishing the years away or anything. Next schedule for 2029 could be sooner than that. It's very rare that we do have the full term these days in this country. Country, more like. get away with that one. Just back over to the live feed in a moment, people.
Can you dig it?
Socialists.
There's a new entry. It's this latest tidbit. Election observers say concerningly high level of family voting in booths. Okay, let's see what this is about. I'm just going to turn the background music down a bit more. An election observer group has claimed its team witnessed concerningly high levels of family voting in the Gorton and Denton by-election. It's an offence that can be committed when a person casting a ballot in an election is joined in a polling booth by someone who intends to influence how they vote. Oh dear. Tisk tisk. That's what just reminded myself. The funny meme I saw the other day was the Chuckle Brothers. Anyone who's from the UK, if you're familiar with them and the memes and everything, they did have a TV show decades ago, I think it was. But their catchphrase was, one of their catchphrases was, "Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear." But instead, it had them saying, "Oh Kia, oh Kia, oh Kia." That's good. Back to this article. Electoral law protects the secrecy of ballots in polling stations. Democracy volunteers said they attended 22 of the 45 polling stations in the constituency, spending 30 to 45 minutes in each. They saw family voting in 15 of the 22 polling stations. Well, is this not policed? Yeah, one person per booth, unless you require some sort of carer. They observed a sample of 545 individuals casting their vote and saw 32 cases of family voting in total. That's quite significant. I think we all know which parties that would have been for. The ones who might need instructions on how a form works. Of course, there's a pretty old gag as well, isn't it? You know the one. If you plan on voting for reform and you've never voted before, you just put a cross next to all the parties that you don't like. I bet some of them even scrawled "Reform" over the front of it. Thus invalidating the vote. The Reform UK chair, David Bull, says that Labour would have won if they'd have fielded Greater Manchester Mayor Andy Burnham as its candidates. And also added, but Keir Starmer didn't want him on the pitch. This is all about the preservation of Keir Starmer. It was a very bad mistake by the Labour Party. Well, I guess it was. Difficult to argue with that, even though it's coming from Reform. I heard that from Green campaigners myself today as well. Labour's chair not putting any bets on. Did any of you have a bet on, by the way? I know we've been sharing the odds and things like that. Don't know if any of you enjoy a flutter. So I guess that's Labour's way of saying that they know that they've not won. That was the latest entry not too long ago. Oh, we'll come back. Come back shortly. We'll keep flitting to and fro. Dylan, you wish you'd put a bet on. Well, don't count your chickens. Goss in the chat, Manchester City Council said that observers should have spoken out then and there, which it seems they did not. Yeah, of course, if there's any suspicion of fraudulent votes. Well, what's the point in having the rule? Well, it's a law. Electoral fraud is a very serious thing in this country. Fortunately, it's something that generally have a handle on. It's very rare. It's certainly never swung a general election in the UK, that's for sure. Dylan, well, I recall the last group of odds that I saw had the Greens at 4-7 on. It had Reform at 9-2 against, and Labour were 4-5-1 against. So still strong favourites with the bookmakers in the run-up. They wouldn't have taken bets after the polls opened, after the people started to vote earlier today. We did go over that yesterday, I think, so it's still fresh in my mind. I do remember that graphic. And I saw it earlier, just before I put it in the recycle bin. Okay. Had a quick look as well. They'd not really changed much since yesterday. Hope not hate. Let's hope it goes that way.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Speaking of funny things happening in polling stations, take a look at this screenshot I took earlier from someone called Flibberty Gibbet, who informs us he took his 93-year-old grandmother to vote. She's registered blind, and in a loud voice she said, "Matt Goodwin is a cunt." Her words, not mine, Mr. Speaker. Matt Goodwin is a cunt. Huge cheer went up from the other voters. Very good. Well done to the 93-year-old grandmother of Flibberty Gibbet. I think we've just about got time before any further developments might be announced to have a look at the Your Party elections. Of course, the leadership and C.E.C was voted on today. I'm just going to got an article bookmarked as well, actually. Just open that, and then I've got another graphic. Live betting on Betfair Exchange says that's decimalised odds, obviously. That still works out at, I don't know how you do it, actually, mathematically. Fortunately. And I speak French. Isn't it great that you are such a talented host? Yeah, so about 1 to 2 on for the greens. That's surprising for Reform, though. Yeah. Over 3 to 1. Oh, about the same. 4 to 2, yeah. Roughly about the same. Labour 11 to 1, though. That's some far behind the 5 to 8 to 1 that I've seen them over the last weeks. Drifting even further. Oh, that's interesting. So they do have live betting on it? Really? It's interesting. How do you feel about your party Green Workers Electoral Pact? Well, yeah, obviously hoping all of the progressive parties find a way to maximise their potency, as it were. Most effective way that they can distribute themselves and present themselves. I wouldn't be against any sort of collaborations. Some people might gripe about certain policies where this has been suggested before. Things like one versus two state solution in Palestine comes up a lot, as well as NATO membership and a few other things. Of course, one prominent Workers' Party of Britain member and candidate, George Galloway, whilst being very sound on the issue of Palestine, has previously been known to be a climate skeptic, as well as transphobic, and made transphobic or homophobic comments as well. These sort of things, I hope, essentially, my ideal situation where voting's concerned is that there will only be one progressive party on every ballot. How they best work out how to collaborate together, of course, is like way into the future, potentially. So plenty of time to consider that to come, but that's what I'd hope for, if there was any sort of corroboration or collaboration in elections, or after the fact as well. Look, you'd certainly take that over a Tory reform government, wouldn't you, or a Labour, whatever combination of the same different colours of shite. Good point in the chat. Yeah, Starmer's going to be on thin ice tomorrow. You can expect another reboot to come within the opening days of next week, I'd imagine now. Well, maybe not, actually, because Morgan McSweeney's gone, hasn't he? That was his kind of thing, but yeah. Another rebrand, reset, announcements that will come and pass, and nothing will happen, and then they'll do another one. But he's going to be he's going to be put over the coals, as it were. His feet will be held to the fire. Other combustible-based analogies are available. Yeah, it's when Starmer goes, not if. It's been pointed out in the chat there. At the very, very latest, it's going to be till May's disaster local elections, isn't it? Let's be honest. I wouldn't die of shock if anybody called for him to resign after a very poor result this evening, should it transpire that way. Let's hope. Right, onto your party now. You've probably heard this already, going to the distribution and things, but it does look very likely that Jeremy Corbyn could be the parliamentary leader now. I was pretty worried that they might have missed the chance. Like I said, you know, for so long people were calling for both him and Zara Sultana to leave Labour and form their own party, and they did. And then we all got very excited, a lot of us got very excited. And then the people who had signed up, those who voted anyway at the conference, decided to throw it wide open and that anybody could be the leader. I guess in the name of democracy, but still democracy has led us to this point. So, Jeremy Corbyn, Zara Sultana, Laura Smith and Grace Lewis are going to be the public office holders. The list of ordinary members you can see there. Oh, I'll give them a shout out, I guess the list isn't that long. Sam Gorst, Hannah Hawkins, Salma Ahmed, Sue Moffat, Naomi Wimborne, Idrissi, Milicia Mullings, Dawn Aspinall, Monique Mosley, Joe Rust, Louise Reagan, Cassandra Bellingham, Jennifer Forbes, Catherine Davis, Sophie Wilson, Megan Clark, Riaz Khan, Noor Jahan Begum, and Candy Williams. Oh, Niall Christie as well. Might have missed that one out. There you have it. This is the results off of the Your Party website, so you can just see who is going where from that list. One sec, here we go. So yeah, here in the northwest, that's where Gorst and Aspinall are going. I'll just stick with surnames for the sake of brevity for now. Northeast, you have Davis and Hawkins, Yorkshire and the Humber, Mosley. That's Mosley, not Mosley. Of course. And Wilson. London, Mullings and Begum. Ahmed and Rust for the east of England. Just scroll down. Clark and Moffat for the West Midlands. Reagan and Khan for the east. Wimborne, Idrissi and Bellingham in the southeast. Southwest, Williams, Forbes. In Wales is Donnellan, and for Scotland it's Christie. So there you go. They are your party representatives. Bit of a mouthful. Well, speaking of name changes, I've seen this being thrown around a lot now that the Your Party slate winner has been decided, and the many coming out as the victors. Well, people think that they should make that the party name. They should vote again on the name. It wasn't a great selection, was it? A lot of people were disappointed with the selection who went to conference, and they ended up sticking with the provisional one, of course. I think the many would work better in a lot of different ways, you know. I'm voting for the many. That sounds good. And again, to avoid the repetition of your party candidates. Right, people, let's go walk over, see if there's any development. Oh, it's tense. It's tense. Yeah, yeah, sorry, I will stick up a poll actually, Divinia, because I was hoping to have time to do that pre-stream, but didn't. Right. How do I do this without you? There's a way I can do it without you being able to watch me create it, because I'm obviously streaming the live chat. So I'm going to... bit of trickery here. Got a few tricks up the sleeve. Oh yes. I know what I'm going to be asking, by the way. Adding some options. It should come up in a second, if my calculations are correct. Yes. You didn't see that one coming. But here it is now. What do you think the winning margin will be? Whomever you think might win, I guess you can throw it open to whatever. Yeah, they're inclusive, by the way, so just pick one example. If you think it's going to be 3%, then you go for the first option. So 1, 2 or 3%. And then, yeah, the rest is self-explanatory. Tight options because it's looking very tight. Tight as a mouse's ear. Nice to see the votes coming in already. Unless we get a result, I will announce this at the end of the stream. So yeah, what's going to go back to the feed. We have a few other bits and pieces of news. Let's just try and keep it political. We could take a look at that as well. There's been some more scandals and you know who coming up. Peter Mandelson. It's been referred to EU anti-fraud agencies over certain emails. I'll have a quick glance at that in a moment. Let's see. Do have some new posts in the Beeb chat. I mean feed. Sorry, I was looking at the chat while I was saying that. Ballots everywhere. This is... Again, it's like... What is a by-election? What are boxes? Chris Mason reports. Ballots everywhere. It's going to be a huge turnout, isn't it? Let's be honest. Some pictures of an unknown amount of pieces of paper in a box. Oh, there's a known rough amount of pieces of paper in a box. Excellent. There's Powell. You can see in the picture, Lucy Powell. Election workers were seen doing some heavy lifting. Ha 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 ha. The Greens have given Labour the scare of their lives, a party source claims. Earlier, the BBC heard from Green Party leader Zach Polanski, who called the Greens challenging Gorton and Denton pretty remarkable. Now a source from the party tells the PA news agency that the Greens have given Labour the scare of their lives and expressed confidence that the Green votes has held up well. I think more than well, it's absolutely rocketed. It's gone through the bastard ceiling. I think at the very least we can say that we've given Labour the scare of their lives in what not so long ago was considered one of their safest seats in the country. Yeah, safe seats, you can forget about that concept. That's 20th century politics. This is the 21st century. This is what's happening. It happens. It's been in the air for some time now. It has been suppressed. But you can't stop the inevitable. Yeah, the council have hit back on that family voting issue, saying no such issues have been reported today. And if democracy volunteers were so concerned about alleged issues, they should have raised the issue during polling hours. Yeah, so they're not acknowledging any suspicious activity at the moment. Shall I send a WhatsApp? I'll do it now. No, I'm only joking. Yeah, the WhatsApp's going to be you still haven't replied to our email about your shitty reporting on Gaza. By the way, prepared a video with some sock puppet characters explaining the difference between a conflict, a war, and a fucking genocide. Because Lise Doucette certainly doesn't seem to fucking know. Jeremy Bowen maybe has a hint of an idea. Chris Mason, no. Definitely not. So it's a slow trickle of news. Still, let's go back and have a look at those latest developments with Peter Mandelson. Hoping this is a popcorn moment, he finds himself deeper and deeper in the shit. And justifiably so. There's two articles about him actually. I'll just go with the EU anti-fraud agency one first. Then there's another one about whether the government will or won't have a say in the release of certain papers. I guess I can make this a bit bigger now, so to speak. Shush for them. The European Commission has asked the EU's anti-fraud agency to investigate Lord Mandelson following the release of documents in the United States relating to the late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. The request to the European Anti-Fraud Office, OLAF for short, that's a fun acronym, isn't it? Was made last week. A Commission spokeswoman said after communications between the peer and Epstein were among the published documents. Well. He served as the Commission's trade envoy from 2004 to 2008. He then became UK Business Secretary, during which time the emails disclosed to the US they do show that he gave Epstein internal government information. Of course, that was about the €500 billion bailout, which equates to £438 billion sterling. That's a spicy meatball. Goodness knows what kind of purchases on the stock market could have been made at that point, as well as short selling, of course. The European Commission spokeswoman said, on this basis and as new documents were published recently, we are looking into these and assessing whether there's any breach of the respective obligations. Given the circumstances and the significant amount of documents made available publicly, the European Commission also asked Olaf on 18th of February to look into the matter. That's Olaf from the Disney franchise. Pending the ongoing assessments, we are not in a position to comment further. Okay, well, fair dues. Throw the book at him. Ban him from Europe. Yes. There's going to be any justice. Look at him there, trying to look. All's well. Yeah, denial's not just a river in Africa. Fucking freak. Get him off the screen. And he tried to pretend that he was arrested for being a flight risk, didn't he? Not, that is, at risk of leaving the country, as opposed to what he was actually arrested for, sharing those documents. Oh yeah, he might have run away. That's why he was arrested, that's what his lawyer said.
That was the biggest load of crap I've ever heard!
I don't buy that. Not going to spin his way out of this one. The absolute god. A monstrosity. Let's see how the poll's looking at the moment. Oh, that's still pretty tight. It could be as tight as the results tonight. Or tomorrow morning. Well, we're just 14 minutes away from morning in the UK. Anyway. But 46% of you think it will be between 1 and 3%. 40% for 4 to 6. 4% for 7 to 10. And just 10% of you think 10%, quite fittingly, 10% or more, the winning margin in tonight's by-election. Nothing for two in a bed in this game. That, what was that? Bruce Forsyth? Was it that one? Play your cards right. Is that what it was called? That's a shout out. Because that's another bygone game show, was it? I think it did last for quite a long time though, didn't it? Sneaky look back at the live feed. I wish they would do more official exit polls during by-elections. Nothing new as I'm looking. Still trying to have a scroll through other social media as well, if anything pops up, but it'll probably come here at the BBC, that is, first. And you can have my 2 cents on it. Seem to have triggered a nostalgic chat about old game shows and comedy shows. The 2 running skits about game shows set in a courtroom. Don't think I know that one. I know they a lot of them are cultural figures. They do show a lot of repeats as well. I guess I'll take the lull in updates to remind you all to hit thumbs up on the stream. Quick reminder, Super Chat is open as well as Super Stickers. There's also Super Thanks if you're watching back later on, and a Buy Me a Coffee page that we have set up. Check out the description of any content on the channel. Red F, when's the result? It comes in, well, when they've counted it. There's no set time for an announcement. It happens when it happens. It has to be verified, and then the returning officer will announce the results. I suspect that there will be a recount, at least one recount. So we don't know. Could be into the early hours of the morning. We're not going to be on stream until then, unfortunately. Personally, I still do work. I'm going to be working tomorrow. It's been a long day as well, and straight from work to Gorton. And quick, gotta find Zach and here they are in this chippy. Oh yes, I could find you Moses in a burning bush if you encouraged me enough. It was enough incentive. No Divinia, we're not going to be on too much longer. We're not going to stay on stream until the results. Wish we could. Of course, got to get that news page loaded up straight away as soon as I rise come the morrow. Olaf the Snowman, who thinks the best person to judge the Dark Lord, Peter Mandelson. Couldn't agree more, Dylan, couldn't agree more. Thanks also to Cal for the super chat there. Thanks a lot, Solidari-Tea. You're very welcome for the coverage. Thanks a lot for using Super Chat. At least we know that that's working still. Because at the moment, we're in a bit of a glitch with the gifted memberships. Thanks again. Let's big up Cal in the chat, please, everybody. The chat needs updating, actually. There we go. Just got to hover over it a sec. And it works. Sometimes the old tricks work the best. So well, I'll give that some live appreciation. There you go. Bing, bing. Thanks again, Cal. Solidari-Tea. Anyone watching who's not subscribed as well, please hit subscribe. You can join us in the chat just 1 hot minute later. Just 60 seconds. And speak quickly. There's not masses of time left on the stream. Just gonna refresh this. Just got to refresh the studio page. One moment. Shouldn't be any buffering at your end. Say optimistically. Yes, this channel has been subject to technical difficulties in the past, of course. And in the present. It appears I was correct. If not, sorry if you did experience any buffering. Well, a couple of seconds. That's better. I'm referring to something that you can't see, by the way, sorry, just in case you're wondering what had changed on screen. Nothing for you. But 50% of you now think that the winning margin in tonight's by-election will be between 1 and 3%. Will it turn out to be that tight, that close? 33% think 4, 5 or 6. 9% 9 to 10. And now 7% think 10 or higher. I certainly have not said, oh yeah, they're going to walk it and whatnot. I guess we can't jinx it at this point. The ballots have closed. I don't believe in magic, voodoo, or, you know, saying words and expecting the laws of physics to break down or whatever. So it doesn't matter if I say it at this point. So I do generally think it will be a close vote. Otherwise, I would have been saying, oh yeah, the Greens are going to smash it, they're going to walk it. Wasn't the right kind of circumstances for that one. But could you imagine if they do? Or they have. All votes have been cast. There is a winner. We just haven't observed it yet. Are the piles looking hopeful? Yeah, we could try and zoom in on some of the papers as they're being emptied out of the ballot boxes. To anyone who's not a regular viewer, by the way, apart from when you open the stream, there won't be any ads. I think there's one at the back end of the stream if you're watching live. But we normally do a raid anyway, so if you're watching back later on, there will be ads through the stream, but ad-free if you're watching live. Don't want to interrupt the flow. Yeah, according to sources within Labour, it's going to be very close. That's just the latest mini update that's come up on the Beeb feed. So according to ketchup, mayonnaise, brown, Worcester, whatever, barbecue, it's going to be tight. That's the latest from the sources. I named them. They're always unnamed in the articles. It's about time we have some transparency here. It's a pun, Davinia. Sources, according to sources. It's a... Pull the article up, goodness. Oh, I've moved the wrong one. That might fuck something else up. Labour sources told PA that the party had a very impressive polling day, but they also say it's going to be very close. Tongue-in-cheek sources. Ooh. Don't think Keith made it up to Gorton and Denton today. Did the staged people from not around here will clap me thing, didn't he? Nothing today though. Farage probably isn't even in the country, is he? Let's be honest. I'm right behind you. The very best of luck. I'm late for the airport. Midi doctors, that's where a member of the family or someone else, I mean, you don't know if you're just there to regulate, but if someone else goes into the voting booth with you to tell you how to vote, basically. So it could, let's say that perhaps your partner, spouse, kids, whatever, have never voted before. You've got to instruct them, even though the instructions are clearly at the top of the ballot paper, how you vote. But no, it's to influence, because of, you know, it's your right and your privilege to vote privately. Don't have to tell people. Some people might suspect members of the family will say, oh yes, I'm voting one way, and they don't. Could be under other spurious circumstances as well. But it's a fraud. It's a fraud. See, that's the important bit. Yeah, you shouldn't have anyone else in there with you, unless, like I pointed out, for medical reasons or whatever. Checking again now. Okay, we'll have to get off shortly, people, because the latest update is that we're not going to find out for some time. I'll bring it up on the screen, but it says it looks like it's going to be a long night. If I can get my words out. Yeah, and we were never guaranteed to be able to bring you a result on stream, unfortunately. But stick around though. There's shout-outs and post-ending shenanigans to come. Let's give a shout-out to the members first. First and foremost, I should say. So it is going to be what, maybe 2 AM, 3 AM, could be one of those. Although I might trigger it happening sooner by ending the stream, knowing our luck. And as per tradition, well, first of all, it's the same song anyway, I might as well just do the members. As per every stream this week, the members scroll that you're going to see here comes with Squeezebox Dave and Joey Ludlow accompaniments, as well to the Hot Seats theme tune, but this time an extended version with, again, a Shit's Hot Seat accordion solo. Take it away. And sing along. Hot Seats. Hot Seats. Could be your last chance. Excellent live recording. Obviously, Squeezebox Dave on accordion, Joey Ludlow on acoustic guitar, and bass drum on the box. They are available. Friends of the channel as well, get in touch if you want to book them. It's not the only cover that they do. In fact, Dave sent me a MIDI version of one of his latest projects just recently, and no spoilers. But it did sound pretty tasty. So yes, unfortunately no results, but it was great to get down to HQ and see Hannah and Zach earlier. The very, very, very best of luck to the Green Party and Hannah this evening. Solidarity, hopefully on the next live stream we will be in celebration at the victory, but let's not count the chickens. As we said, touch wood. It's looking very close as we get to the end of the stream, but what are you thinking? How close will it be? The poll says 48% think it will be between 1 and 3, 34% between 4 and 6, 12% between 7 and 10, and 6% for 10 or higher, so most of you going for either 1, 2 or 3%. I guess I should have put 0 just in case it comes in as a fraction of a percent, as you know. Wow, could be so close. Thanks to everybody who voted in the poll. Thanks to everybody for joining us on stream. I've been your humble host, Lefty. This has been another Thirsty Thursday with the Brews at 10 on my left eye. All that's left for me to say is power to the people, free Palestine, Lebanon, Sudan and Yemen. Don't let the bastards grind you down. My left eye, I'll be seeing you soon. Good night. I will look for a raid during the closing credits, so stick around. Good night, everybody.
The door is open and you can leave.
It's what Hitler and Goering did, and it is textbook. And if you think the next time it happens, we're gonna recognize it because they're wearing scary uniforms, you're out of your damn